Audrey, well, from the Hartford distributor's shooting in Manchester to the Tucson massacre, it's a tragic occurrence we're becoming all too familiar with. Well, now there's a bill sponsored by a Connecticut lawmaker hoping to put an end to mass shootings and make you criminally responsible to fire certain weapons. Fox Connecticut's Anthony DiLorenzo joins us now with this special report. Anthony?
Sarah, it's a controversial issue with the future of gun control in the crosshairs. Connecticut Representative Jim Himes and other congressmen want to cut the number of rounds that can be fired from a gun without having to reload to avoid a mass shooting. But some are questioning whether this bill infringes on your Second Amendment rights. Question is, would this ultimately save lives, or will the bill just die on Capitol Hill?
Horrible shootings on the Virginia Tech campus.
Seung-Hui Cho.
What type of weapon do you have? I got a Ruger SI9.
OMAR Thornton.
Today we learn more about the disturbed individual.
Jared Lee Loughnner. Each man linked by a deadly common denominator. Each accused of unleashing fury on innocent people. Each used a high-capacity weapon and ammunition to carry out the carnage. Under the Constitution, it's any American's Second Amendment right to carry firearms and stock and lock them with 20 or 30 rounds. But under newly proposed legislation co-sponsored by Connecticut Congressman Jim Himes, that number would be cut to 10 bullets. Any violators would be arrested and face criminal punishment and up to 10 years imprisonment. It's part of an effort to cut down on the number of potential victims if a gun were to get in the wrong hands, as was the case in Tucson, Arizona.
Are they going to make me a felon because I own a 20-round magazine? Doesn't make sense.
Bob CROOK heads up the Connecticut Coalition for Sportsmen. He calls this bill, which is a restoration of a similar law that lapsed in 2004, a knee-jerk reaction and nearly impossible to enforce.
There's no good reason why you should ban any magazine. It's not the magazine killing people, it's criminals killing people.
Criminals in cities like Hartford that cops are working to disarm.
There's no reason to have an automatic weapon in a city. You can't hunt with it, okay? I mean, automatic weapons are designed to do one thing: kill.
While Chief Darrell Roberts points out overall gun violence is down, the overall illegal gun and drug trade is a constant battle in the capital city.
You can't fire what you don't have. See, you have to have automatic ammunition to fire automatic weapons.
It's a personal fight for Mayor Pedro Segarra. His father was gunned down 50 years ago.
When these unfortunate deaths happen, there are families that are the victims of these tragedies. You have small children that grow up, as in my case, that grow up without a parent.
He believes the prohibition of high-powered magazines wouldn't be a panacea, but a start to help stop the mass killings.
I'm hopeful that, given what transpired in Tucson, and our need in the urban areas to have this type of protection, that it will be successful this time.
But gun advocates stress that our current laws are strong, and this proposed legislation has little likeliness of being passed by a Republican-controlled Congress.
The laws are there. One, they need to be enforced. Two, if you're gonna do something with them, correct them as to the situation. Don't try to come in with phony bills like this magazine bill or other bills that we fight every year.
Unfortunately, Representative Himes wasn't able to speak on camera, but he did say this about the bill, quote, "A long series of tragedies, including the attack on my friend Gabby Giffords, makes amply clear the need to restrict access to dangerous weapons that are built specifically to maximize the user's ability to kill people." This bill has been sent to committee on Capitol Hill and is still being weighed, though many Republican lawmakers who represent the nation's heartland will most likely dodge this bullet, and the bill may be in jeopardy long before any vote. Anthony DiLorenzo, Fox Connecticut.
Anthony, thanks. It is coming up on 7:12. Still ahead right here on the Fox Connecticut Morning News.